Okay, picking up where we left off, I'm on page 1127 talking about compliance. So there's a bullet list there. It starts on page 1128 and goes to 1130. That talks about all the things that you could be complying against. I mean, some of these are not optional, like FERPA, if you're in the school business. HIPAA, if you're in the health business. You know, the payment card industry data security standard thing, the PCI DSS, is not required, but it would probably be a damn good idea if you're collecting people's, addresses and credit card data. SOX, if you're in a publicly traded company, things like that. There's a huge list there of things that you may actually have to comply with. Okay, so continuing on, let's talk about the legal issues on page 1131. So there's a bullet list of things that could get you into trouble. You know, the Electronic Communications Privacy Act and fraud. So, privacy. Violating someone's privacy is a little tough. And to tell you the truth, the European Union has stricter laws on privacy than we do. So there's an awful lot. You need to know these kinds of things. If you're a cloud provider and you're in the United States and somebody says, so I think we need to expand, we'll go to Spain or someplace. And you go, okay, great. So we open a data center in Spain. They have a completely different expectation of privacy than we do in the US, and you need to know those rules. Okay, policy enforcement. Yeah, some of these things, are you going to make enforcement of a policy basically a crime, so to speak? In other words, do you get fired or disciplined for watching porn on the government computer, kind of a thing? Licensing. One of the things that people get in trouble with a lot is somebody will come around and do an audit and find out that you just don't have enough. You've got 300 copies of Microsoft Office and you only have 100 licenses. You need to pay up. Okay, I had one of those that was kind of weird. I had back in the early days of computing, I had this database system, and I had the vendor call me on the phone and say, I understand you have a copy of our software and you didn't, we didn't pay for it. I said, yeah. In fact, your employees came down and installed it on my server and gave us 1 week worth of training. And he goes, what? I said, yeah, they were here for a week. They trained our people. Oh, let me get back to you. Click. That's the last I heard of them. Okay. So yeah, these companies are kind of vicious. They'll find out. A lot of the software phones home. Okay, just saying. So in addition to commercial licensing, you have issues with open source and copyleft. I mean, if the copyleft is kind of a play on words. So the open source community has come up with this copyleft scenario. And basically what it says is that, yes, you can use this stuff and you can do, as long as you don't remove the attribution, as long as you don't claim that it's yours, okay? And so if somebody does this, I've seen some companies, like I saw a VPN vendor get taken to court because all they did was just take the Open VPN product and just rebrand it and start selling it, claiming that it was their own, and they got massacred in court, as you can imagine. Organizations on page 1133. Yes, there's an awful lot of users group that can help you with Linux and Unix kind of things. There was one really cool one down in Austin called Cactus, Capital Area Texas Unix Society? I don't remember what the S stand for. They're long gone. But there's one in Dallas Fort Worth. There's a couple of them in that area that good things where you would go to these places and you talk. And so in fact I think I have. No, I don't. One of these. Let's just do the DFW one. DFW Unix Users Group. www.dfwunixusersgroup.org. Okay. Well, they're not having meetings right now. But anyway, they set up these monthly meetings where people just show up and start talking. There's lots of good information. It's a good way to keep your skills up and going. Okay, we have reached the end of the chapter and, quite frankly, the end of the book. So the next time you see me, it'll be talking about the final exam.